Yeah, we're back on Grimnasty TV. A new journey, a new horizon. So, we're back. We got some color coding charts to do with what is going on, how it all starts, this whole pineal gland breakout, exiting the matrix, the whole nine. Let me go and explain something real simple. Basically, this channel tells the truth most of the time. So, if you're watching this channel, it's a good chance that somebody knows that you're watching this channel. But if you are watching this channel, it just means that you're doing something right and that you need to persist forward with your activities in regard to this channel and what kind of actions you feel like you need to take, because it goes against the program. And the program is what I call program allowance. And it feels good. It has a lot of feel good, emotional support, all kind of stuff. People, tap into your third eye and all this, your antennas and all of this crap that nobody's actually really doing. The stones, get some stones. And you can't feel them. They're supposed to like in your hand. And the best way to charge those up are with Tesla rays, but they take forever. And you can get those beauty rays on Amazon, violet rays. All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about this, where I'm at. So the first thing, I'm going to talk about where I'm at right now exactly. And I'm going to use my gray. So my color coding is going to be to show people how to get where I'm at. All right, so in the beginning, you had a pineal gland that's supposed to grow the size of a fist as you grow. It gets atrophied from birth. They give you shots. They give you all kind of stuff, mind control, anything that allows it to calcify, a diet of glue and calcium and starch and glues and more glues and calcium and tranquilizers and whatever else is in your water supply that you can smell after you get out. It's really hot. You can smell a chlorine cocktail when you come out of the shower. Some people don't pay attention to it. I can't stand the smell of it. It smells like a chemical bomb, your shower. When you come out, try and go back in there and smell it and see if you can smell the chlorine chemical cocktail. Well, anyways, once you get to the point where you can't take regular showers anymore because they're disgusting, and you'll notice the AC has some kind of water solubility about it that's going into attacking your water solubility since you're 80% water. So all this stuff works to keep you calcified. This is how this thing atrophies when you're little, and it stays small and it goes to sleep, and then it gets covered. This is like your true self here. Part of your true personality is being taken away. It's also governs superhuman abilities and things like that. And this thing gets blocked into a giant block. What's the best way to get rid of it? No, this is what I basically did. So I got rid of all this, whittled it down to nothing. And this end here, it rips, it breaks open, right? To release this alternate world, because this governs and controls your perception of reality also. So yeah, it's huge. Like, this is a huge game changer. So when it gets this low, it rips off the skin because it sticks to it, because the salt and stuff in there goes towards it psychoactively, like this is a kiln. So it sticks to it, and it's the hardest part. And I'll explain to you what to look for when it gets low like this. You can tell, and this becomes like a cave, but you can tell when it's low like that. When it rips, it'll develop scar tissue underneath, because it's tearing the skin of this. But what happens also, it heals back, and then it creates a scar tissue, so you can tell that there's extra flap. So if it breaks open again, the extra flap will go, and you'll be like, oh, there's extra, there's extra there. So it becomes like a shell, like jacket that eventually just slides right off eventually, I imagine. But yeah, you want to get low, and you want to get a lot of fault lines. So this is basically the thickness and consistency. Fasting gets it down. Turpentine soaking your socks. You get like bands and wrap them around these areas, or wear wool gloves and soak them in turpentine. and a lot of sun gazing while this is happening. So it'll get rid of the consistency of it. So people's consistency, something like that, you gotta get it up to hit the roof because the roof is on fire. You know what I mean? Or the roof is when you're on fire, right? So you get this thing up and you tap the top of it, and then that's pretty much when it's free, and it's like a yo-yo. So the old stuff is like really thick and nasty, but when you whittle it down, it becomes filled in with new stuff. The new stuff is the stuff you just break out of every day. But you got to get this hard concrete block down to the bare minimum. That's when you know you pretty much got it. Is when you pretty much you don't have a lot of calcification, and you can feel it. Your head is real heavy at first, but then it gets really light, and it gets light easier, faster. You just spend a lot of hours sun gazing. That's it. A lot more hours. Pry the eyes open, let the sun get in there and do this thing. All right. So longevities, hours sun gazing. Hours and hours, fasting, discipline of such. I found myself having to use more turpentine because I decided I wanted to smoke herb. So if I want to do that, I've got to go and have discipline of soaking the body and putting turpentine in the eyes, which is kind of, but when you get down to the end, it scours the circumference of like the breaking out, and it hurts more than normal because it's right on it. It's not just a block anymore. Same for the eyes too. So once it gets down, it burns, but you know, you got to use it if you're gonna if you're not gonna just not eat anything, then you gotta use turpentine. So that's a huge discipline thing. Something else I want to do, and I'm going to use the orange for this, but when you use the bands to burn down all these calcificated areas, it just basically makes it to where it's like, this used to be all fat like that. Now it's like you can see all the tendons all the way down. This is doing it. This is doing it. I can tell right now the main parts that make this real padded and thick on the back of the leg, how you have that big bump there on the back of your thigh, it's just mainly calcification. Once it's all gone, you can feel all the tendons. You can feel all your muscle tendons. And it's almost like Goku or something. Like, they make it very specific. The characters, how they're all ripped in the neck and the chest, and you can see every detail of every muscle. That's why. It's because it's true. That's why I did it there and I did it there, because my legs are ripping up like that. And it's only because of the calcification in the meridians. Like in my arm down in there, it feels like DC wires, like really thick. That's why I got this orange. It just feels like there's a bunch of DC wires running, and they feel like there's fire going through them. Like, not right now, but if I start exercising or the sun comes out, it'll start burning. And they go off here. And this is coming out here. And it seems like it cycles here too. So you got like a cycle of energy, and it seems like it's coming out. Kind of like the Kundalini charts. Exactly like that, actually. All right, so what's the next thing? Pain thresholds, justification, saying it is something else. So whenever you get like these cracks in here, mine is going this way, so it feels like I got a big one going down the face. And then there's one in the back here that I've been playing with last night. And then there's this new one that goes across like that. And then there's one, because it's going around, so it's back here too, coming up the back. And it seems like it's splitting in two directions. That there, you can get that from putting turpentine in your ears. Now, if you do that, you're going to do what is called the pencil ear. And if you do that, it's going to hurt like a motherfucker if you do that. But it's going to cause cracks coming up the back, which are really hard ones to get. You have to do a lot of neck exercises and turn your face in the sun so he can send it back there and dig it up. See the look on this dude's face is like, I know something. I know how to get out of the matrix. Look at this guy. He just can't. He's like, bruh, let me tell you what's going on here. This guy here. It's so crazy. It's not a self-portrait or anything. I don't want anybody to think that. But yeah, this dude knows something. Oh yeah, DNA activation. Let's talk about it. I got a new one inside my ear. I think there might be a couple in there. They're really strange. I've got new ones wrapping around both arms like a band, like this. And then they started down here. But now they're doing this weird avatar thing. Doot. It's doing this. And then it's like on both arms. I'm going to show it to you because I know you don't believe me. Who could believe that? It's just happened since like 2 days ago. There's a start of it right there. It's going all the way around. Okay, so, and that's on both. See, it's going around like that. The bumps are kind of dissipated since yesterday, but they're going all the way around like those Avatar Indian warrior dudes. It's on this one too. Let me show you. There it is. See it? Whenever I rub those, it's like, oh, it goes straight to my third eye. If I was rubbing it and it was just like, oh, whoa, oh my gosh. Last night was interesting. I was pretty much telling myself that I was comfortably numb. There's nothing happening. There's a gear in my head. I'm turning gears because last night, the night before, it's like, you're going to break out. You got to psych. And I'm just like, oh, shit. So it's, when is it going to happen? I don't know. It seems like the peak times are 12 p.m. and 12 a.m. That's what it seems like. It's midday sun and midnight. There's the times when it's like, what? And I've woken up in the middle of the night, raging headaches. So it's just going to happen at this point. It's definitely self-aware. I know who's in there. We've talked before. This being wants to get out, and I know they do. And they treat it like it's an eggshell, and they're the chicken. And they don't understand. They're just like, once you get it to a level where they can kind of take over, they just, and you're just in, hey, hold on, man. I'm the shell. I'm the shell. Chill out. I'm the shell. And they're like, no, I'm just getting out. What are you talking about? This is what you're supposed to do. So it's weird. It's like you're going through it. The struggle is real, but I am getting over this. I am making it through this. I am activating. Everything's happening. Everything's wonderful, and onward I go, because it just seems like we're like right there on the edge. It's just, this is gonna be over in any day, any moment. I don't know. My head is getting pressure right now just talking about it, because if I do, it becomes aware. And it's like, hey, you're talking about me, right? I'll break out right now, right? It's just like, wow, man. It's a trip. So, yeah, I guess stay tuned, because she saw this already, I guess, thousands of years ago. So she knew that this was coming. And she knows what's going to happen next. She knows when it's going to happen. She knows the second it's going to happen. So she says that this is the end. So Cheeks said, she said that I destroyed Bal and Mullick, that they're gone. So this is all happening. What I don't understand is that how come everyone that sees this, that's on their side, isn't saying like, what the fuck? This is just going to happen then. There's nothing we can do about this. How come they're not saying that? How come they're not saying, hey man, what can we do to prepare for the future of this? Because this is going this way. Looks like everybody's doing it now. If they weren't already doing it already. But I don't think. A lot of people are doing it the dojo way. They're going to end up doing parlor tricks, shooting fire out, breaking bricks and stuff in their hands, instead of saving the world, because that's program allowance. That's what they want you to do. But now it's taken a different turn. Now we're doing this whole cool world. You know what I mean? This is different. It's a whole different ball game. And this is stuff that people that are under mind control can't tell you. They could become nauseous. They could hurt themselves by telling these things, because they're mind control, and they can't even say anything about any of this. Oh yeah, if you keep the bands on, it gets everything hot below. Things that get hot below grow. I'll leave it as that, and you're gonna be pretty excited. But yeah, the DNA activation, it just seems, I put a a I put a Q-tip in there to get some of that glue seeping out, and I hit that DNA thing, and it's just like, whoa, like ecstasy. It's like you're on ecstasy or something. And I guess that's what we're meant to be. It's like these unicorns, these warrior lovers, Superman lovers, super women lovers. And I guess that's why everything is sex, 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 sex sells. We're in a sexual driven society. We're all like all about it. And obviously this is why. And the further you go, the more it seems like you're just ascending. That's it. Like the more I go into that, if I have any of those normal human relations type encounters, the only thing that happens is I feel like I'm coming out of my body. That's it. Like I just, and that's pretty much where it heads to. It's like an ascending, a recreational ascending with incentives. And that's basically what it is. So it's not meant to be bottled up or monogamous or, patented fucking viruses and diseases, STDs that are patented. You gotta look at the acronyms. It's 3-segmented: SSN, STD, CNN, TNT, 666, SOS. All these different things are, WWF, HBO. You know what I mean? It just goes on and on and on. So you just know. You just know, man. Now, especially now, hopefully now. If not, hopefully this channel shows you some things. And if not, hopefully you're doing it on your own. But somebody has to make a channel like this, and somebody has to do something. So this is basically me replicating myself. And I know that you guys are going to do this, and you probably getting some burns and stuff. It's getting rid of the skin that is the weak skin. So it's healing back, but it heals back with like a toughness to it. And the old stuff goes in those areas. So now I'm getting patches on this one. This is a weaker hand. It's starting to switch out. See how the tendons are all clean and clear down to the muscle? It's all ripped and stuff. That's how it's supposed to look, apparently. So we're full of glue. And I just told you how to get rid of a lot of it. Follow a lot of my other channels if you need some more information. And onward through the fog we go. Because, woo, ooh, baby, I'm telling you, when we get awake, we stay awake.